How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? I hope well and safe and healthy. So, this video is going to be controversial. Okay, just be warned, it's controversial. And the reason why I'm making it is because somebody posted in the mom group I'm in. Now, the mom group I'm in, I've been in for a while, and it's always been based on like mom stuff. Like, hey, my kid's sick, they're doing this, they're doing that, should I potty train, do you think they're ready, blah, 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 whatever. You know, stuff like that, mom stuff, right? So, for some reason, this lady decides to post a picture of children locked in cages at the deportation centers that we have here in the United States. And she stated that this was ridiculous and sad, and how could we put these poor innocent children in cages and take them from their families and all that horrible stuff. Okay, that's not what I'm mad about. I 1,000,000% agree with her, and I appreciate her posting to make awareness. However, you're asking for it, okay? You're asking for it because there's stupid people in this world who are racist and who think that apparently children belong there. So, you know, this lady decides to comment that because children are crossed for sex trafficking purposes, that the cartels will rape them and sell them off, and that parents actually sell their children to sex traffickers for passage into the United States, so that this makes the children safer in the detention center. I try to stay out of this type of stuff because I know it's just going to be a back and forth fight. I mean, people have their way of thinking. It is what it is, okay? I feel very passionately about this stuff because, hello, I live in Mexico. My kid's father is an undocumented immigrant. You know, I've been in multiple relationships with Hispanic people. I have Hispanic friends, and I feel for them. I feel for their culture, and I don't want to just leave it at Hispanics, because there are people from Canada, from Europe, from Nigeria, from all over that are wrongfully deported. Okay, it's not just about Mexico. It just so happens that this certain post was about Mexico, so it's going to be about Mexican citizens. So I don't want to say it's not an issue for other races, other cultures, because I do know it is. She then began, the person, not the person who posted, but the person who commented that the kids are safer in these camps. People are starting to argue with her. Like, in what fucking world do you think these children are safer in these camps where they're already being starved, being mistreated, being beaten, neglected, and raped? How are they safer there? How? Please tell me. And so I understand her thought process. Her thought process is that the children who are being traded for sex trafficking, or for their organs or whatever, that they are safer here in the department than with the sex trafficker or the cartel that they were sold to. I live in Mexico. I know hundreds of people who have tried to cross the border, or who have successfully crossed the border. I'm not going to say it never ever happens, because yes, there are some fucked up people in this world, and I'm sure some of them have traded their children for passage and done this stuff. It is disgusting and despicable and so sad. But I have to say, I want to say 98% of the people who are crossing with their children are with their children, and they want nothing more than to have their children in a safe country where they can be raised and be more than just a poor kid in Mexico. You guys have watched my videos in the line. I know you see those kids walking around my car. Kids, children, working on the streets, trying to make money for their family. It is not a joke down here, you guys. It is not a joke. Yes, there are people who live fine. I am one of them. I'm blessed. But there are hundreds of thousands of people who do not live well here. They are on the streets. They are poor. They are starving. And they beg for every peso they get. Okay? I'm telling you. It is so sad. So for the parents who want to take their children to a different country where they can feel safe and they feel like they would be more successful, wouldn't you want that for your child? You think that they chose to be born here in Mexico? No. The parent chose, yes. However, does that mean you think I like the world and how it is? You think I want to be like, yeah, you know what? I'm not going to have children because I don't like the world this is in. No. I'm going to have my children. I've already had them. And I'm just going to make sure that they are shaped into strong and independent individuals that I know will survive this bitch. Because at the end of the day, life is precious, life is great, and it should be lived to the fullest, okay? And that's how I raise my children. So for somebody to say, well, you shouldn't have children if you knew that they were going to be raised in Mexico. Why? Why? It should be okay for them to want to go to the United States, for them to want to have a dream, for them to want better for themselves, for their children. How many of you have had an unplanned pregnancy? How many? I'll wait. But you don't believe in abortion. You don't think that you could do adoption, or you can't do adoption. So what do? You have the child. It might not have necessarily been your plan, but it's what you do. It happens here too. Just because you're Mexican doesn't mean that you plan for all your kids. No, it doesn't mean that. Mexicans have unplanned pregnancies just as much as United States citizens do, okay? So, my point is, the majority of people who are crossing with their children only want a better life for their children. And of course for themselves. They want to be there. It's not like they're going to be like, here, you go without me, kids. Make it on your own. And they're 8 years old. Get the fuck out of here, man. Like I said, I'm not naive. I know that the sadness does happen where they're traded. I get that. Very small percentage. A very small percentage of those children were traded. Okay. So putting that aside, for the children who are brought in with their parents, who are then separated from their parents, ICE has separated children from their parents. Their parents will be deported and their children will stay because the parents are like, just at least let my kid go, at least let my kid go. They have family in the United States. And this lady was saying, well, by law, they have to contact the family within 48 hours. How many of you think they do that? How many? She tried to tell me that she's dated a Border Patrol officer, so she knows. Bitch, I've dated a doctor. Does that mean I know how to perform surgery? No. I don't give a fuck who you've dated. That one person does not make up the entire department. I'm sorry. And then she had the audacity she really hurt herself here. She said, I dated an illegal immigrant and he almost killed me. So I've dealt with illegal immigrants. Ooh, bitch. You fucked up right there. And so many people saw that and caught on and they were like, so you dealt with one piece of shit motherfucker that just happened to be undocumented. So now that means every other undocumented immigrant is a piece of shit like that who's going to try and kill you. Get the fuck out of here because you are what is wrong with America. For reals. It is people like you that have your narrow-minded, nasty thoughts of how Hispanics or undocumented immigrants are that fucked up this entire fucking country. Okay? And I don't care if you guys think I'm wrong. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. I would love to go toe-to-toe with somebody and try and prove me wrong. Try and prove me wrong. You can't. Because it's just how you think and how I think. That's what it is. Either you have sensitivities to these people, or you just don't give a fuck. Either you see them as human beings, or you don't. I don't think any fucking person should be treated the way that these people are treated when they're in these detention camps. Okay? The father of my children have been there. I've been there. When he got taken in for asylum. I don't know if you guys know what this is. Asylum is when you go to a different country and you say that you are unsafe in your country and you are asking for safety in that country. They cannot just take you and let you go free. You have to go into a detention center. Okay? My baby's dad did this. And at that time, they weren't going to let him keep his possessions. So I had to go down there and get them. Now, because he wasn't actually arrested or being detained for breaking the law, they allowed me to see him. I actually went into the detention center and I saw him. I was able to hug him. I was able to give him a kiss. I was able to, take his things physically, while he was there standing watching me. Okay. They had him on the floor. They had him on the floor, concrete floor, with a tin, I know you guys have seen them, those tin blankets. Bro, it's not good. It's not. He didn't even break the law. He didn't even break the law. And he was still being treated that way. All because he wasn't born in the United States. Okay? This stuff is not okay, you guys. I am not saying, I want to make this clear. I'm not saying if somebody is charged with murder, with rape, with armed robbery, with major felonies, that they should be let into our country, okay? I'm not saying that. If they have a felony, a dangerous felony with like drugs or violence or something like that on their record, by all means, don't let them into our country. I get it. They fucked up. They lost their chance. It's done. I get it. Okay? But there are so many people who don't have things like that on their record who are still not allowed in the United States. And I don't see why. Literally the reason is because they weren't born there. Literally. That is why. They weren't born there, and they don't have the money or the resources in order to legally gain their visa or citizenship or whatever they need in order to legally live there. Have you guys ever tried to obtain a visa? Ask anybody who has in the past 10 years gotten a visa or their citizenship from a different country. And ask them how much it cost and how long it took. Because I can guarantee you it's over 10 grand and it's over a year process. I kid you not. I've had so many people that were like, why isn't your husband over in the United States? You guys are married. You're a U.S. citizen. Because it doesn't work that way. And people think it does. People think it does. I cannot tell you how many people have said, but you're married. How come he's not in the United States? Because it doesn't work that way, dude. It doesn't work that way. You don't just marry a United States citizen and be like, oh, okay, I can go to the United States now. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. And I hate that people think that it does. I fucking hate it. Because it doesn't. And it is so, that is one thing that will get me going. Immigration. Immigration gets me going. The one major reason why I don't like Trump is because of his views on immigration. And I think it is fucking hilarious that one Mexican bitch that went out on stage and was like, oh, I love Trump. I love Trump so much. Trump is the best. That bitch got deported. I swear to God, if y'all miss the news, y'all miss the news. Like a year after he was elected president, that bitch got deported, okay? For reals. And that shit, it's not cool. Like, it's fucked up. What the fuck did she do to get deported? Probably nothing. It's sad. I was so just like, I don't think she's ever gonna watch this video, but there's this lady that is a regular at my job, and one of our other regulars is a well-known Trump supporter, okay? When it comes to my customers, I don't get political, all right? I don't, because they're my customers, they pay me. I ain't fucking with that, you know what I mean? So I'll keep my mouth shut, mostly. But I do give one of them a hard time because he's cool and he knows like that we'll fuck around with each other. And I'll tell him like, take your Trump supporting ass out of here, you know? And he was talking shit about Bernie. So I was like, okay, I won't say his name, but I was like, okay, like, let's stop with your Trump bullshit, you know? And a girl that was sitting at his table, she's also a regular, said, hey, I resent that. I'm a Trump supporter. She's Hispanic. Oh God. Ah! Why? The only thing I agree with Trump about right now, the only thing is this whole pandemic bullshit. He's done. He's like, this is fucking bullshit. Everybody's gonna get it. Like, you guys need to fucking chill. I'm with him on that, all right? I'm with him on that. Like, that is the only thing I fucking agree with him on. Everything else is fucking retarded and he's a piece of shit. I just really wish that he would let people help him post his tweets and talk about things before he talks about them, because that's why he makes himself look like a fucking idiot. For example, the whole Super Bowl thing when he congratulated Kansas City. Like, you're the president of the United States and you don't even know the state that Kansas City is in? Are you fucking kidding me? He congratulated the state of Kansas. When Kansas City isn't even in Kansas. Like, come on. That kind of stuff just makes you look fucking dumb, bro. Like, you look so stupid. But this is getting off topic. Basically, I just wanted to say that this bitch fucking fucked up. And, you know, it is sad what happens to immigrants when they are caught. It is sad. If it's their first offense, they will just get thrown right back. So they'll just take them right back to Mexico. If it's their second offense, they do serve time. Third offense, they serve more time. I think the fourth offense, they serve like 10 years. So, I mean, and then we're paying for them to be in our tax dollars are paying for them to be in jail at that point. Because now you're paying for them to be locked up for 10 years in the United States instead of just letting them go back to Mexico. Yeah, I get it. They're probably going to just keep coming over, but at least we're not paying for it. You know, the trip back to Mexico and the few days of them incarcerated is nothing compared to what it costs to keep them incarcerated for 10 years. Just saying. So, you know, it is what it is, but I hope one day this shit changes, because it is not the business. But yeah, that's it. That's my spiel. I'm at 20 minutes. Sorry, guys. But I hope everybody enjoys the day. I'm not going to ask if you guys like this video. I'm sure some of you don't, which is fine. But I do hope that you guys share it. Thank you guys for watching it. And subscribe. Definitely subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.